Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over the break and retest, and today's a interesting video. Past a little small account. Again, the whole message of my channel always is simplify trading, but also start with a small account. Especially if you don't know how to trade, even better start with a demo account. It's all about applying and having a strong edge. To me, there are different types of edge. You can have good edge, medium, high level, whatever. But let's get straight away without wasting any time. If you already part of the community in my Discord, you already know that I passed, and obviously if you've seen the title, phase 1 and phase 2 passed in 1 day each. So this is phase 2. Now the funny thing is that phase 2 was passed in, obviously you can see this trade here, 1.5 hours of just starting, and the 5 trades here, I mean I'll be going into it, but the funny thing is a 22 RR, my average RR, obviously 20% win rate. Let me just go over to, let me just move myself out of the way. If I even show you trade history here, it's all here, right? The first trade, you know, I just opened a little tiny position. I thought, you know, it's open, so I'll just cover the minimum trading days. But then, because this was like quite early, then I thought, you know, I'll just see how fast I'll do. Because I'm a 700k funded trader, right? I don't trade these small accounts. The reason, again, just showing that how it's possible for you guys as well, how important it is, to say the least, is start from a small account, get your payout, get the purchase the bigger accounts, and so on, so on. But learn the edge first. Learn a good strategy with a good edge, and that's how you take it forward. This was a 1 to 12 risk to reward. As you can see, my lot sizes are exactly the same. So whenever I'm losing $50 or £50. You know, it's a £10,000 account. But when I won, it was a 615 1 to 12 if you do the maths. This trade here, 1 to 8, well, not 1 to 8, little tiny trade over here. Funny thing is, I don't know why, I just assumed that, I just totally forgot. I was busy with some other things, so I just thought, oh, minimum trading day, I'll just quickly tick this off, right? This is on my MT5 on my mobile phone, totally forgetting that obviously the trades have already been placed for the day. So anyways, let's get that out of the way. Okay, let me just turn on something. As you can see here, right, so obviously, you know, the 2 positions were taken here. Then this trade finished over here, right? As you can see, when this trade finished over here, it was a 1 to 12. As you can see how far it's gone up. And even when if I show you, by the way, if you're interested in a one-to-one mentorship from myself, or if you're sort of looking super affordable, you know, look, let me show you, right? 3 digits, super affordable for everyone. This was made due to high demand. But if you're looking for one-to-one mentorship from myself, link will be in the video description. Join the Discord and just message me. Let me just show you something. But you can see student success, their certificates, you know, payouts, whatever you want to call it. This was a trade. Yeah, this was the trade actually, but I posted it actually somewhere else. I believe it was it on the winning side. Let me just load this up, because I do this like 1 to 5s, 1 to 6, 1 to 8s, 9s, 10s. They're pretty much normal for me now. Just trying to find this. Might be on the winning side. You might want to skip this part of the video. Is in the funded certificates, obviously. Okay, so basically, this was the certificate that I got for FTMO, you know, stage 1. And then as soon as this was today, they gave me the, you know, and then when I got the phase 2, just passed it. And then this is when I said that trade that was at 1 to 12 is now at 1 to 20 RR, but I'm out. And then obviously you can see over here, it went to 1 to 12, but then obviously this part was the remaining. It actually went further than a 1 to 20, right? And this was 1 to 12. I think 1 to 8 was around this area. There was so much volume altogether. It went to like a 1 to 33. Insane. Does it matter if I lose 10 trades? Which I don't, right? But I mean, maybe 3, 4, 5, maybe something like that. But if I'm catching monsters like these, and this is how I'm just refining the edge, just taking to another level. But okay, now let's just break this down to where am I going to take this to? I want to take it over here. Okay. Now, the break and retest, right? By the way, if you did get a glimpse over here, I'm always experimenting. See, I've got 4 monitors, 4 different charts. I'm always just experimenting with different, you know, methods on how to refine. Like, I'm always adding different things to the break and retest. So it's not just the break and retest. It's like a hybrid version, right? I'm applying different things just to if you're part of my community, right, for those that don't know, I'm always just experimenting different things, just taking, so yeah, like an evil mad scientist. Okay, so what do you see here? I've got my got my zones drawn out. Now, if you don't know what zone is and how you, now a comment that someone left me in the one of my videos saying, how can a bullish candle, as soon as the next candle turns bearish, how can that be your resistance? No, it can't be. Why? Because even if you keep everything super simple, right? By the way, let me just bring in more time frames, because I don't want everyone thinking, the ones that you just saw then the time frames, them are the only ones I use. If you're part of my mentorship, you'll know exactly which ones I use anyway. So okay, so if you think about it, right, price came bullish, right, and then just did a U-turn straight away. So how is that not resistance? Then we got a wick rejection there, right? Wick rejections are not your only resistance or your only support. You got to use the candle bodies themselves as well, right? You got to keep things super simple. Now, if I go to a, obviously, my own break and retest refined version, the way I've refined over, and it took me many years, is different to what I'm showing here. Another thing you guys forget, and I think, by the way, the way you've seen zones in the past, I'm not saying they're wrong, but what I think is the way I draw my zones, they're just more high quality, right? Price will react to them, right? Obviously, I only show that to my mentorship students, but I just don't want any confusion. Another thing you guys forget is, and I've seen this mistake countless times, you see the zone here, right? Okay, this is a support level. We'll check the zone here. Price, it's reacted, it's fallen through, but then it comes back up. Now price is coming back down here, so then I'm just going to take a buy. First of all, this is a support level, right? Not only that, this is a wrong support level. Now you have to refine this. Now it comes over here, right? Why? Well, simply because, first of all, this price, price over here, when this zone was created here, totally violated it. So this can't be a zone anymore, right? So when price now, this is established a new support level. Price comes back up, comes down. Now I don't buy from support. I like to see a breakout first. It's just, you can backtest this, the amount of times this works. I made so many videos on how to draw the zones and all this kind of stuff, how you can take entries. Again, just to be super clear, not how I trade with the break and retest. Let me just show you something. Price, I would like it to break through, come back up, see what it's doing. And another thing as well, I want to mention something else. People, this is another mistake they get wrong. Now look at this, right? Price comes down, comes back up. You want to see some kind of rejection, price falls. But we were missing one key point here, is this area here. When price comes down and then comes back up, we've created a support here, right? We've created a support here. Now, obviously, depending on what kind of reaction you're getting over here, huge push to the downside. Ideally, what I've seen, if this is close, further up here, even better, right? And then, let me just show you something. And a lot of people don't go through this, right? They don't want you to know why. They just want you to purchase from them or something. I don't know. If you watch my last 10 videos alone, how I'm trailing stop losses, how I'm drawing zones, how you should be drawing zones, how you should be taking entries and all that, it's course level information. And don't take my word for it. Just, what I want you to do is check out my last 10 videos, right? If you don't find value from it, just come back and come into my comments and say, yeah, bro, you're just chatting a lot of, rubbish. When you see the support level here, what you can do as well is let price come down and test a little bit. If it gives a reaction to this, and then let it go down like that as well. Extra confluence. Obviously, you want your trend in your favor. You want volume in your favor. You want the breakout candle quality in your favor. You want all these kind of things to play a part, right? I had a message from someone today, and he's not part of the mentorship or anything like that. And he was like, just by watching your videos, I've increased my win rate to around 50%. But then he's gone ahead and purchased the course as well, right? I was like, 50% win rate is a good win rate. But it is what it is. But it's obviously, because you want to see how I take my entries. Now, with the break and retest, I don't want to make these videos too long, right? And I'll be making them like 19-20 minutes. I don't want to make them too long. I want to speak about, touch on a little bit about edge, right? Because this is a huge important factor that I think a lot of us are missing. We give too much emphasis on psychology. Psychology don't mean shit, right? To say the least. It doesn't mean anything in my world, right? I know a lot of people are the veteran traders will be like, psychology is everything. It's only everything, right? Once you have a strategy, a system in place. Don't work on your psychology without even having a good strategy. You might have a weak strategy, and you might think the only reason it's not working because you've got, psychology is not good, right? It's like this. I'll give you an example. Imagine I tell you to ride a bike, right, and move one wheel. But I'm saying, hey, don't give up. Don't give up. You can still ride this bike. Well, no, there's a huge important factor that's obviously I've just removed one of the wheels, so you can't ride a bike with only one wheel. Well, there are some bikes, right? The circus clowns, what they ride, but I'm not, let's keep it simple. But you get the idea what I'm trying to say. You want to have a system. Okay. When I first came to trading and all that, I realized straight away trading is super, super, super difficult. I wanted, and obviously psychology is going to be involved as well, but I wanted a system where a system is so good that it does all the heavy lifting and it removes all the stress from me. Where it's like treat like a video game. That's what I want to say, right? When you play a game, there's no stress really, is there? Because even if you lose the match, you can just press restart and just enter again. Now the funny thing about Nasdaq is, let me just see on my other monitor if I can bring it up. Let me just see. Okay. Let's bring Nasdaq into play. Okay. Zoom in. Okay. Now there was a position over here, right? I'm not going to be breaking this down too much. It was a sell opportunity. I missed out on this. Pretty much price shot up all the way to 128. Now I'm looking at my monitor. I've got two other monitors on the other side as well. So there's two here, the iPad, and then two on this side. I just like having a lot of things at the same, looking at monitoring at the same time. This is now running at a 1-44 risk reward. 1-44. I didn't capture this. Why? Well, I saw it beforehand as well. I just wasn't available to take the position. It wasn't at my desk. But it is what it is. Now, would I've caught the full 1-44? No, obviously not. Average, I'm trying to go for maybe 1-15s, 1-20s. Let me even show you. As soon as you even join the Discord, right? If you even come to the welcome, this is the first thing you get brought to. Just in case someone's wondering, oh yeah, 1-20 and all. No, 1-15 RR passing phase 1. Phase 1 in 0.5%. Passing 2 prop firms 1 day each. One of my students was number 3 or number 4, I believe. Number 4 on the FTMO leaderboard. He's 800k funded now. 1-22 RR. Right? You can watch that video. Super simple. It goes to my Nasdaq, goes to my entry, comes straight back down. And this trade, right? Believe it or not, you can even back test this, right? I caught a 1-22. You know why this trade hurt me so much? Because obviously 1-22 is an insane number. I'm keeping a good decent win rate as well. This went to I believe it's a 1-96 or a 1-98 RR, something like that. Now I'm not trying to catch these, right? I'm not trying to catch these 1-50s and 1-20. No. Yes, my stop loss is a bit smaller than usual, but it's just the edge that comes with. Now, edge is something whatever makes you profitable. It doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. If you, let's just say, imagine if you have the ability to, let's say, whenever you take a position, you lose the trade. You have an edge, believe it or not. Even if you're a losing trader, if you took 100 trades and you lost all 100, you have an edge. And I'll tell you why. Do the opposite then. Whichever position you want to take and you lose, that is an edge. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Just whenever you look at a chart and you think, okay, here I should take a sell, and every time you lose a trade, next time you want to take a sell, just take the buy. You should win then, right? That is an edge itself. Edge comes in different shapes and forms: fundamental, technical, psychological. The way I've just refined the break and retest right now, I think, and I've recently just refined the break and retest. That's why I'm able to catch these huge winners, right? I'm not being normally I usually go for the 1 to 4, 1 to 3, 1 to 5. Now it's very possible for me to make 1 to 9s, 1 to 8s look pretty much average. You can scroll through the Discord and you'll know. Well, first of all, I mean, we'll keep it super simple. Find your edge first, and then take things from there, right? If I'm making passing prop firms look not, I wouldn't say easy, but comfortable. I would definitely say comfortable. I'm passing them with 0.5% each. It was phase 1 passed in 1 day, and phase 2 now passed in. I mean, passing like both like 0.5%. We're using only 0.5%. That gives me 20 lifelines, right? I hope you found value from this. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, share. Take care. And if you are looking for one mentorship, you know where to find me, right? Right now, my biggest fulfillment I'm getting right now is just making people pass and get their first ever prop firm challenges funded, payouts. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's yeah, take care, and I'm out.